Good evening and thank you for joining us. Jack, we always like to celebrate local athletes when they make good here, definitely. And instead of going to the big show, another local player is taking a different route.
Yep, going the scholarship route, which is a good route to go. A lot of players from the AJHL will do that if they're fortunate enough. And Corey Hodgins is one of those players, so good for him.
Fantastic. We'll look forward to that story. Shauna, what are we looking forward to in the weather?
The weather was fantastic today, and it's going to look good for the weekend. We just have to get through one bumpy day. As we take a look now across the region, in the Midwest, we're looking at 27 degrees under sunny skies and hot temperatures. The same thing for the Lakeland and the Battlefords. All nice temperatures today and lots of sunshine. With the first long weekend of the summer coming up, what's it going to look like? I'll have your full weather forecast coming up later in the program.
Unprecedented flooding in parts of the prairies has created the optimal habitat for mosquitoes, including those likely to carry West Nile virus. Health officials say flooding, especially in southern Saskatchewan and Manitoba, has left a lot of shallow standing water for mosquitoes to call home. And it definitely can be tough to treat all those water areas before the mosquitoes emerge. Alberta's Senior Medical Officer of Health says there have been very few confirmed West Nile cases in the last few summers, but added that people need to remain vigilant about protecting themselves. The Public Health Agency of Canada reported only 5 confirmed cases of West Nile in 2010, including 2 in Saskatchewan and 1 in Alberta. The 2011 Hartnell and MacArthur Celebrity Golf Tournament was not only a success for the players involved, but the community as well. Mike Baden explains how the Lloydminster Region Health Foundation will greatly benefit from the money raised.
The tournament was a huge success that went far and beyond its expectations.
Looks like we're going to come in just a little over $200,000, which is far exceeding our initial expectations. We maybe targeted around 100 to 150,000, but to come in at 200,000 in year one is pretty good news for us.
The Health Foundation is getting 70% of the money raised. The donation will help the foundation install a new hardwired monitoring system.
The monitoring system is close to $500,000 to put in place. It's a hardwired system that will really give integral information for our doctors and nurses at their stations, seeing what's happening the whole time someone's in the facility.
The skies were blue, which made the week's events much more enjoyable.
Resounding success would be the immediate response. It was great from start to finish. All the events went good. The weather cooperated perfectly, and everybody seemed to have a pretty good time.
The community really stepped up to make this weekend a great success for the Lloyd Health Foundation.
You know what? It's amazing. The tournament right from the concept was big an idea, and everyone knew it could work and kind of went for it. And it did all come together, which was phenomenal. The support from both Scott Hartnell and Clark MacArthur to really want to come home and make a difference at home, plus all of the local committee members, was amazing.
They're hoping for continued success next year in the second annual Charity Golf Tournament. Mike Baden, Newcap News.
By the time seasons change again, people in Alberta will not be able to do a lot of different things while driving. The long-awaited distracted driving law will come into effect September 1st. The new law, which will close the gap between Alberta and Saskatchewan, will mean consistency for local RCMP.
With it being a border city, since February of 2010, we've been enforcing the Saskatchewan handheld communication device law. We've had to stop enforcing that when we hit the border. In some ways it will make it a little bit easier that we can now keep an eye out all over the city for this infraction.
However, while a Saskatchewan fine includes demerits, the Alberta fine of $172 doesn't, a factor Constable Cadoon feels is important.
Lloydminster is a border city where money is at hand in this community. Fines don't seem to affect people to a great deterrent. It comes down to demerits with their driver's license.
Alberta's distracted driving law will still allow you to eat, drink, and use hands-free devices, but as a reminder, there's a long list of don'ts as well.
Talking on a handheld cell phone, texting, emailing, using electronic devices like laptops, manually entering information on GPS units, reading, writing, and personal grooming.
To prepare you for the change, the Alberta government will put up an education and awareness program.
And so that campaign will include advertising in newspapers, on the radio, and online.
And in the border city, RCMP will do their best to remind you about it also.
We will continue to stop people. We'll give them the warning that it's coming, and when that day comes, we will be enforcing it.
The City of Cold Lake is going to be over budget on the cost of building the new arena at the Energy Centre. The original estimate was around $25 million, but with rising city costs, the city will be over that figure.
look like we're tracking within about 10 to 15% of that budget. So we're seeing a inflated costs in Cold Lake. We had some exact model figures from other projects around the province. We seem to be a little bit higher here in Cold Lake.
City has been fundraising to help cover the costs. They've sold 48 of 50 rink boards and currently have a buy a seat campaign. But with one more outstanding fee, the city is unable to stay under the original budget.
We do have basically one major one just still outstanding, which is the refrigeration units that are going to cool the building and stuff like that, and the floor slabbing and stuff. So that is a couple $1 million left I still have to finalize.
The arena is expected to be completed by next May.